Rubrics are a useful tool for assessment. There are several types of rubrics. One is a holistic rubric. A holistic rubric consists of a single scale. All factors that are to be evaluated are described in each level of performance. They are most effective when the elements being assessed are closely related. They are used for assessing large quantities of work, but not generally when student feedback is needed. In a holistic rubric, you end up with one score that covers all components of assessment. The next type of rubric is a little bit more detailed, and it's called a rating scale rubric. A rating scale rubric is a list of desired outcomes with a rating scale used to judge the level the student achieved on each component. It provides more student feedback than the holistic rubric, but it does not provide clear distinctions between the scale levels. The challenge then with a rating scale rubric is with evaluators scoring student work consistently. Another rubric is a descriptive or analytical rubric, and this is what you probably generally think of when I say rubric. These kinds of rubrics contain descriptions for each level and for each component. Components may be weighted to produce an overall score used for grading or for assessment. This type of rubric provides the most feedback for students when it is done well. However, the descriptive rubric is the most difficult rubric to produce, so it is not necessarily always the most appropriate rubric. How do you know what rubric to use? Well, sometimes it's good to consider the assignment. A simple task may be measured by a checklist, but complex skills would be better evaluated with a complex rubric. Alternatively, a large piece of student work, such as a portfolio, may be best evaluated with a holistic score. Descriptive rubrics do provide the most feedback, and when provided along with an assignment, they also provide the greatest explanation of expectations. However, a quality descriptive rubric takes a lot of work to create. Use them for major assignments, but don't feel the need to use them on every assignment. Another way to assess student learning is through structured observations. Especially when it comes to the arts, it can be difficult to articulate the levels on a descriptive rubric. An alternative is a structured observation guide. It's a qualitative assessment tool that lists the components that are assessed, and notes are taken on their achievement. This is also a useful tool to use in developing a descriptive rubric. So remember, there's many different types of rubrics. You have a big hand to play.